family over everything. So we had the birthdays, moved into the new house, and then I also got a job. So all of that in the last 3 weeks, I'm just super thankful. We're so lucky. We're so blessed. I just honestly want to capture this feeling. Hey, what's up? I'm here at the house. Brand new house up in the Sac area. It's hot as hell. It's like 102 right now. Big difference from the Bay Area. It's probably a nice cool 60, 70 degrees with some wind down in Foster City. But now it's like an oven up here. But even with the heat, this place is amazing. We love living here. We've been going on these daily walks. Once it's about 6:30, 7 o'clock, it starts to cool off. Adrian's there scootering. It's the best feeling. There's a ton of space. He can scooter in the street. Don't have to worry about cars. Definitely worth the sacrifice. We moved 2 hours north of the Bay Area, and now we're also dealing with the heat. First off, we celebrated some birthdays. Adrian turned 5 and Leah turned 13. Even though we don't have as much family out here, we were able to celebrate. My daughter spent a lot of time with her cousins. We grabbed pizza. It was a great old time. And even though the house wasn't complete, just being all together here in the house, it still felt like home. Second thing, we moved out of the Bay Area. So after 3 moves in 3 weeks, we're finally done. Oh God, it just feels so good to be done with that. It's just taxing on your body. And then once you finally are done with that move, you recover a day and then you start to unpack. And so all in all, one move is like 5 days worth of energy, right? And so having 3 moves in 3 weeks just absolutely got me off track. But it's okay. I don't have a job. I have no schedule. So it was honestly the perfect time to have a move like this. So I really, really am so thankful that I had this free time and, could be here with the family to help out as much as I could and, just really try to make things as smooth as possible. Number 3, your boy got a job. What up? What's up? That just was brutal. I've shared a little bit about my job search on some of my prior videos, but man, it is just absolutely brutal out there. I was applying to a ton of jobs. I was having like 2, 3, 4 interviews in a day. I was getting to the point where it was really hard to keep track. I had to take a bit of a pay cut, but at the same time, making some money rather than no money is a win in my book. So I'm gonna just keep looking to see if there's any other better opportunities out there. But at the end of the day, this is the path life is taking me, and I'm gonna let go and accept it fully. Instead of continuing to worry about a better job or more money, I'm really gonna just lean in, try to crush. But I already reached out to my manager, the VP of sales, and I asked if there was any collateral or any relevant info he wanted to pass along, maybe call recordings or slide decks. And he sent over some stuff. So, my goal is to continue going through some of those things this week. And so that way, come Monday, I can really hit the ground running and start selling. Those are the 3 things: family first, family over everything. So we had the birthdays, moved into the new house, and then I also got a job. So all of that in the last 3 weeks sounds like a pretty freaking amazing week. Again, I'm just super thankful. We're so lucky. We're so blessed. And I just honestly want to capture this feeling. I've been going to sleep a little bit later than I'd like, and also waking up later. But I can't tell you how great it is to just have this kind of freedom. I've never had this before. Having this time has been so valuable, especially as we're moving into a new area and settling into a new house and just starting to create new memories with the family. I will forever be grateful that the stars aligned. We bought a house. I lost my job. What a blessing. And I still kept the house, and I found a job right when I wanted to find it. Right. In my last video, I said, hey, hopefully by the end of the week, I'm going to have a job. And that's exactly what happened. I got the verbal the Thursday we moved out of Foster City. So if you ask me, it's really the best timing, and just excited for the future. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think they're all big wins. But the two that I'm going to highlight, getting the house, saving $3,000 on a car repair. Wow, those were huge. Getting the house is huge just because, again, just for our future. I know there's a lot of talk right now about how difficult it is to buy a house, how it's not affordable. It's out of reach for most people, and that renting is a good idea. I don't know why they're sharing that kind of information. That sounds like bull. Yeah, of course, there's some people who probably lost their house, or maybe they bought it the wrong time, but I can't think of anybody who's bought and regretted it. 2, we saved $3,000 on an auto repair. We bought my son's first car when he started driving about 2 years ago. We got him a 2006 Honda Accord, got a great price, ran beautifully. I took it to my mechanic. He said it looks good. But fast forward 2 years, and now we have to get a smog. I've always been dreading this time because when we bought it, the dealer told me that they had replaced the catalytic converter because it was stolen. And I've dealt with that before. One of my Toyota Priuses, they stole the catalytic converter during COVID, and so that was kind of a bummer. But luckily, insurance had it covered, and they paid me out for it, so it all worked out. But in this case, it's been on my mind because I was worried the car wouldn't pass smog. And sure enough, we take it into our mechanic, and it did not pass smog. He told me it'll be $3,200 to get that repaired. I was like, what? No way. I am not gonna pay that. Like, how am I gonna get out of this? And so he recommended calling BAR. I guess it's some sort of agency here to help California residents, either with an expensive car repair or looking into specifically catalytic converters. Because of all the supply chain issues during COVID and all the catalytic converter theft, there were no catalytic converters available. I actually have an appointment on Wednesday to get it inspected and to get a waiver. So if all goes well, we'll have a waiver. The car will no longer need to be smogged, and we're good to go. So, for someone like us, we don't have a lot of money. When we decide to spend or invest in something, we need to make sure we get our money's worth. We need to make sure it lasts. And so thinking about getting this car, yeah, we got it for a good price, but only 2 years ago. And it only has 100,000 miles on it. And we're talking a Honda here. So, I'm expecting to go at least another 100,000 miles. Getting this waived and letting me continue to drive the car is going to be huge. Like, I couldn't have asked for anything better. So, huge wins. In fact, probably one of the best 3 to 4 week stretches I think I've ever had. Things are really just starting to play out in our favor. So thank you. I am so grateful for all the blessings that continue to come my way. And this is honestly part of the reason why I'm starting this channel. It's not to rub it in your face and say, hey, look, I bought a house, and hey, look, I don't have to pay for a $3,000 repair. Like, that's not my intention. My intention is really to just share my story, so that way I have a timeline of kind of like what's been happening in my life. And then also I can go back and kind of reflect like, hey, what was going on in my life and what kind of caused these things to happen. And so by sharing my story, I'm hoping that, maybe it'll inspire you, right? To try to maybe think positively, set more goals, eat healthier, live right, be right. I hope this had some value for you. I don't see how it could, but I think if I'm in a bad position and if I could hear something to kind of bring me up, whether it's in the news or here on YouTube, and just hear some inspirational stories about real life, I think that could be valuable. So anyways, I doubt anyone's gonna watch this, but if you do and you find some value, let me know. Drop it in the comments. It's hot as hell. I'm sweating. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. Hope you're doing well, living life to the fullest, still pushing for more, pushing for what you want. And I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
And your dogs and turkeys.